So should Michael Chandler still keep waiting for Conor? Or should he just move on with his career? It's kind of a tough question because Chandler's 38 and obviously doesn't have much time left. So you could look at that like, yes, he should wait for the Conor fight. Like sacrifice just waiting a little longer for a bigger like money fight. But also the other side of it is he can't wait that much longer because he doesn't have much time left. And I guess that's ultimately up to him. Like he can fight until he's 45 if he really wants to, but I'm sure he's not going to. He's been through way too many wars. But let's just look at some pros and cons from both sides. Why he should fight Conor. The biggest one is obviously money fight. It's bigger than any fight he can get by far. So that's the number one thing. Number two, I would say it's a very winnable fight just because Conor's not active and he's obviously partying and all that stuff. He's not a super dangerous fight compared to guys that are actually active in the division. So there's that as well. Now this is something that might kind of be in the middle. I don't even know if it's a pro or a con, but you could say that it is a favorable matchup for him just because of the wrestling. He obviously has the wrestling advantage. I'd say the striking, he definitely doesn't have an advantage. So I'd say for a pro, I'd just put wrestling. And then for a con, you could put striking. So it's kind of 50-50 there. I'm just going to start listing off some cons as well because, to be honest, I can think of more cons than pros. So another con would be, obviously, the number one thing is he has to wait. You know, Conor's delayed this for a long time now, almost 2 years. You know, he did the movie first and like he kind of just said screw it and did a movie instead of fighting him right after The Ultimate Fighter. And I think he was injured as well. And now he's injured again, which again is not really his fault, but I do think this time he is like actually committed to it. I think when they first announced this and did The Ultimate Fighter, he wasn't very committed and he was kind of flip-flopping and thinking about other opponents, but now I think he is kind of locked in. So that's why I'm leaning more towards Chandler should wait it out and actually fight him. But yeah, that's a con. Obviously, he has to wait. And another one I throw in there is, it is Conor we're talking about, so the fight still might not happen. It's definitely not 100% with Conor. He has a lot of power. He can probably switch it up and fight, you know, Islam or something. Probably not, but like, you know how he is. He kind of chooses who he wants. And Chandler is kind of lucky in that way that Conor chose him, but he's also not lucky on the fact that he's making him wait so long and kind of wasting the last few years of his career. So that's another con there. Another pro would be win or lose. Well, it also being a very winnable fight. Even if you were to lose, he's still going to get paid a lot. That's the thing. I think at this point in his career, a huge payday like this is going to like do a lot. This would be a good fight to go off into retirement from. I don't think he will, but he could and he might. This is definitely going to be his biggest payday, like by far in his career. So that's obviously a huge pro as well. Another pro, I guess you could say, would be Chandler doesn't really have that much to lose because he's already fought the who's who of the division and he's already fought for a title. So, you know, it's not like he's not a strong contender still. Like he almost beat Poirier and Poirier just fought for the title. But at the same time, he's pretty much lost all the top contenders. I think a Conor fight is what's needed. And if he does win it, then he can get back into the top of the division and maybe make another run. Whereas if he doesn't, it's hard to know like kind of where he goes from here. I'm sure at this point in his career, he doesn't want to fight one of these up-and-comers like Poirier did with Benoit. I don't think that would be smart for Chandler. I don't think he wants to do that compared to having a money fight with Conor, who's probably a more easier matchup. So that's a huge pro as well. But the other side of that token is if he loses this fight, then where does he go? I mean, sure, he's left with a good pile of money. If he wants to keep going with his career, who's he going to fight besides one of these up-and-comers? And, you know, it's with every fight. If you lose, it sucks. If you win, it's good. But I think the stakes are even higher with this one in particular because it's Conor. But ultimately, like I said, that's pretty much all I have for most of the cons. My opinion on it is, at this point, if I was him, I would just wait. Because I think Conor is actually committed this time. I think he was committed in the training camp. He really did want to fight, and he just happened to get injured. And even what he said a couple days ago in that interview, he said, he's had so many injuries in the past, and he's never pulled out. And this time he wants to actually be 100% going into this fight. Which, like, to me, that shows that he is, like, motivated. I don't think he would have pulled out if he wasn't, to be honest. So, yeah, if I was Chandler, I would stick it out. Of course, you're always running that risk with Conor. He can change his mind at any time. He can start partying again. He could get injured again. You never know. But if I was him, I would stick it out because I don't think there's many other options for big fights. And he likes big fights. He likes exciting fights. He's 38. I don't think he wants to make another, deep title run and fight these top guys that don't sell very well. So yeah, if I was him, I would wait at this point. If he wanted to move on, he should have done it earlier. I feel like at this point he's too deep into it. Conor's already kind of wasted a lot of his time. So when Conor's healthy, when he's ready, he's going to be committed to this and he's going to do it. So it shouldn't be too much longer that he has to wait. A few months maybe. I think Conor had a broken foot, so I don't think that takes too long to recover from. Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for it. I hope it happens. I hope Conor sticks to his word. And yeah, I think Chandler is going to wait. At this point, I don't think he really has much of a choice anyway. So yeah, that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think he should move on or if he shouldn't. I'm curious. Thanks for watching.